My name is Dan Rees from ZebranaWoodcraft.com, and in this video I will show you the process I used to make a pen with coloured pencils on my lathe. To begin the project, I glued up my pencil blanks. These pencils are hexagonal in shape, which made the glue up easy. I simply lined up 7 pencils and stuck them together one at a time with a boatload of super glue. I made sure that each pencil was stuck together flat side to flat side, and the shape of these pencils actually made them fit together really nicely. When the 2 sets of pencils are glued up, I used my scroll saw to slice them down into smaller sections. Then I took the small sections and glued them together to form my pen blanks. I made sure that each blank was at least 10 pencils tall so that it would be large enough for the pen kit. I filled any gaps in the pencils with super glue and left them to cure. Next, I prepared the blanks for drilling by trimming the edges and sanding the tops flat. I set up the drill on my lathe to make holes through each blank, and then I glued my brass tubes into the holes. To get the tubes flush with the edges of the blank, I used a barrel trimmer. Coloured pencils are evil and tricky to work with, so I decided to do the large majority of the shaping on the sanding disc. This was time consuming, but I got a nice rough shape without breaking any pencils. To finish the shaping, I mounted the blanks on a pen mandrel and sanded them through a 120 grit. Again, this took some time, but I didn't want to risk breaking my blanks with overzealous chiseling. After shaping, I sanded the pen blanks up to a 600 grit to make them smooth, and cleaned the grain out with a little surgical spirit. To achieve a shiny, durable finish, I used super glue or CA glue finish. With the lathe running slowly, I applied a few drops of glue to each blank and rubbed them in quickly with a piece of paper towel. I applied 6 coats in total and sprayed a little bit of activator spray in between coats to help the glue to cure quicker. Before finishing, I'd lathered my bushings with beeswax to prevent the blanks from getting glued to them. This worked pretty well, but I ran a sharp craft knife between the bushings and the blanks just in case. With my finish applied, I polished the blanks with sandpaper, working progressively through finer grits to get an even, shiny surface. The final grade was a 12,000 grit, and then I used some plastic polish to bring out the shine. I assembled all the parts of the pen in a vise, slotted them together, and then offered a prayer of gratitude to the gods of wood turning. All in all, this was a tricky pen turning project, but I think the final piece looks awesome. So if you like this video and want to support and encourage me to make more, then please become a subscriber and check out ZebranaWoodcraft.com to check out my merch. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.